You talk about some propaganda strategies that are being used, and one of the ones that really stood out to me is this concept of jamming, where it says, uh, during which it would be particularly important to accuse religious people of bigotry and hypocrisy. Talk about jamming, and then also how that is making its way into the church, because that was a very eye-opening section in your book.
Yeah, so that goes back to the after the ball strategy, Kirk and Madsen, the two Harvard professors, that 89 book. And they outline this strategy of propaganda, and they're clear about the fact that it's propaganda. And it's three steps: desensitizing, um, simple enough, right? Just get the images out there, get people used to seeing it over and over and over again, and the outrage lessens, and then the outrage goes away. Jamming is the idea of confusing people. It's the ideas of taking somebody who's opposed to homosexuality, to same-sex marriage, or trans, whatever, and identifying them and equating them with Nazis, skinheads, bigots, terrible people, right? You keep saying over and over and over again, that this is gay bashing, that this is hatred, that this is homophobia. You keep doing that over and over and over again. And eventually what happens is when people are about to oppose, that's the image that comes into to their mind. And it sort of jams up the works, so that in the church, for example, when you hear a message about homosexuality, it starts unlike the message on any other sin the Bible condemns. I mean, imagine this, Alyssa. I'm about to preach a message on adultery, and I start my message by saying, "Listen, God loves adulterers. I have friends who are adulterers, right?" And before we begin, I just want to say that nothing is in this sermon is to be construed as me just condemning adulterers. And nobody would start that sermon that
Right.
way, or any other sin. But when it comes to homosexuality, sermons die the death of a thousand qualifications
Yeah.
because we've been effectively jammed. And we know that the people that we're talking to have been effectively jammed. And that the minute we bring up this subject, they're going to have images in their mind. They're going to have ideas in their mind about Nazis and skinheads and terrible, hateful people. And so we've got to make sure that we soften that blow. The last step in the process is conversion. And conversion is not, turning somebody into whatever sexual minority. Conversion is taking people who oppose and making them allies. By the way, a lot of people don't know, but that's the A in the acronym. The A in LGBTQIA plus, whatever, the A is for allies. So you turn people into allies, you get them on your side, and they help you with your jamming of whoever's behind.